as promised, here is my next video, and I promised that I would share some exciting news with you. That news being that I'm going to the Olympics. I won't be going as an athlete, and I won't be going as a spectator either. I'm going to be going to the Olympics as a volunteer for Team Canada, and I'm super excited about it. My story actually for how I became a volunteer, or got accepted as a volunteer, goes way back to 2018. When I found out that the Olympics were going to be in Tokyo. I was talking to some friends and said, oh, wouldn't that be cool to go to the Tokyo Olympics? I love Japan and I love the Olympics. And one of my friends goes, well, why don't you apply to be a volunteer for the Olympics? So I thought about it. I've been studying Japanese language now for a couple of years, and I just love going to Japan, and I'd love to be a part of the overall Olympic experience. So I decided to sign up for the general volunteering for the Olympics. So that would be run by the Japanese Olympic Committee. So went through the application process. Had to wait a really long time to hear back anything, and ended up not getting accepted for that. So I asked around. I asked my dad, who is very active in Canadian athletics. He was a former wrestler. He's still a referee for wrestling, and was part of the Canadian Olympic Committee a long time ago. So I asked him, does Team Canada take volunteers for the Olympics? And he said yes. So then I decided to do my research to see if there were any applications for being a part of Team Canada. And that wasn't until later in 2019 that happened. So I filled out the application, received an email back a few months later saying I had made it through the application process and that I needed to do a video interview. So at first I thought the video interview was going to be like a like Skype, where you would be video chatting with somebody, but it actually ended up being kind of a one-way video interview where they had posted videos with different Canadian athletes asking questions that you then had to record yourself answering, and you only had 1 minute to come up with an answer, and there was no way to redo the video, so you had to really think on the fly for what your answer would be. When the interview process was done, I thought I totally bombed the interview, because the first question, I didn't even realize the camera was recording, so my first minute of the interview was basically me staring into space trying to figure out how to answer the question. So then I emailed them and asked, could I redo at least the first question of the interview? I didn't realize that it was going to be such an instant recording right after they asked the question, and so they allowed me to redo the first question. And then I waited, and then I found out at the end of January this year that I had been accepted to be a volunteer for Team Canada. So I'm super stoked about that. I've already booked my flight, I've already booked my accommodation. I don't know exactly what my schedule is going to be like, but I'm looking very much forward to being a part of the entire Olympic experience. Hopefully getting to meet some of Team Canada's athletes, as well as athletes from other teams from around the world, and just being able to get to know new people and being able to be in Japan. My one concern is that it's going to be in the middle of summer in Japan and it gets really hot and humid, but I totally think it's worth getting, sweaty and sticky to just be able to be a part of the overall experience. So I will be keeping you up to date as I find out more about what my volunteering will involve. And also I know that there's concerns about the coronavirus and possibly the Olympics being canceled because of it. But at this point, I'm not concerned, because there's still lots of time for them to decide. And the Olympics really haven't been canceled for anything other than war. So at this point, I'm just looking forward to being a part of it. And should it be canceled, I'll get a really long vacation in Japan. So it's a win-win situation either ways. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.